It's Howdy Doody Time, a 40 years celebration.
Now Cabbage Patch Kids can do something they've never done before.
Oh my gosh, look who's here. Hi, I'm glad you're here.
They talk to each other, and they talk to you.
Please hold my hand. Oh, okay. Nope, the other one.
And you never know what they'll say next.
I just love sitting on my head. You're so silly. Can you watch her?
Like all kids, they can get thirsty.
Can I have my special cup? Oh. That's neat.
And they love snacks.
Do you like vanilla ice cream? Yeah, with lots of chocolate.
They even like playing games.
Wow, I'm bouncing up and down.
But most of all, they love singing together.
Let's sing. La, 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 la.
New Cabbage Patch Talking Kids. They talk to each other. Each sold separately, batteries not included. By Coleco.
Oh my gosh.
We know what it takes to buy a car or truck in today's market, so we're announcing the Dodge America plan on selected 87s. You want low financing for the long haul, so we'll give you 7.7% for 48 months. You want help with your down payment, so we're adding $770 cash up front. Plus, you get our 770 protection plan because that's the protection you want. Nobody but your Dodge dealer gives you all three. The Dodge America plan. It makes sense for the way America buys.
You shake my nerves and you ride on my brain. That kind of thing drives a man insane. You broke my will, but what a thrill. Goodness gracious, great ball of fire.
It's Eye of the Storm, Cage Lightning. Turn it on and have a ball, baby.
Goodness gracious, great ball of fire.
Eye of the Storm. Get your hands on one today.
Pardon me, I'll be right back. I got to change. Oh.
Stay tuned for the first of our special guest stars, Gary Cole.
With James Michener, you expect history, intrigue, and suspense. With his new novel, Legacy, you get them all. In this era of the Iran-Contra affair and the anniversary of the Constitution, he takes us through 200 years of U.S. history to remind us of the proud American legacy we all share. Legacy. It's the Michener epic you can read in an evening, but you'll remember for a lifetime.
James Michener's Legacy, published at $16.95, now $12.95 at B. Dalton Bookseller.
You can call me Books.
ShopRite meat, so trim and lean, always Choice USDA.
Save on USDA Choice whole or half shells of beef, $1.69 a pound. Regular or unbleached gold medal flour, 69 cents. Or ShopRite frozen vegetables, 3 for $1. ShopRite does it right.
We save you money. ShopRite does it right.
If your children are between the ages of 2 and 13, here's great news for their teeth. Introducing gentle cleaning formula Aqua Fresh for kids. Now 30% gentler for kids' teeth, yet still cleans effectively and gives clinically proven fluoride protection. New gentle cleaning Aqua Fresh for kids.
They'll taste great.
With a taste that makes kids want to brush. Aqua Fresh for kids. Now 30% gentler for your kids' teeth.
The Wimples used to use wimpy bags till the Cinch suggested a cinch sack.
Hefty cinch sack.
A cinch to close.
No. A cinch to lift. Say.
And a cinch to carry.
No.
Hefty cinch sack.
From Welch's come Welch's Squeezable jellies. We all know the blops. Welch's stops the blops. Welch's Squeezables let you spread the jelly.
That's a messy blop.
From Welch's, America's fruit basket.
I've got to admit, a birthday party sounds like a very good idea. And I'm just the fella to make it even better.
Gary Coleman and the Dutyville Gang will be right back. Stay with us.
You're on the trail of a Fruitosaurus. Look at the size of these tracks. The legendary dinosaur that lives on Sunkist Fun Fruits. We're getting close. I can smell it. New Fun Fruits Dinosaurs. Real fruit snacks from Sunkist. It's friendly.
any sound you want. And match it to your flashing light. Take it to the max. Very good. Again?
Billy! Sexy.
Nerd!
Sexy. Nerd! Billy, sexy.
Take it to the max. New Max Backtalk from Milton Bradley.
The 1988 Chevy Corsica 5-passenger sedan performed so well, 99% of its owners would recommend it to a friend. And the 1% who wouldn't, probably keeping a good thing to themselves. The 1988 Chevrolet Beretta, a new kind of performance car for those who appreciate the not so straight and narrow.
The show's starting. I'm making popcorn in the new Black & Decker Popcorn Center.
Don't mess up the kitchen.
Mother remembers when making popcorn meant dragging out the old popcorn popper. But the Space Maker Hot Air Popcorn Center mounts under the cabinet, so it's always ready to use. It's easy to make great-tasting popcorn without all the fuss.
The kitchen better be clean.
Parents.
The new Black & Decker Space Maker Popcorn Center. Available now at PC Richards.
Stop there. Stop right where you are. I'm not finished yet. Now, it'll be my birthday or nobody's. Yes, sirree. It's Gloucester's way or the highway.
The most beautiful colors under the sun live in Puerto Rico.
See the colors of Puerto Rico. See the colors everywhere.
See the colors of Puerto Rico. Colors, colors, blue.
For this low price, you get 4 days, 3 nights, and airfare on Eastern Airlines.
The shining star.
You love game shows. Now have one in your home with Gus Glitz, Mr. Game Show. That's me, the man with the plastic smile. Pick a game. Hey, famous places for big bucks. Mount Everest. Wrong, Dad. Dig a hole and crawl in. Go for it, JJ.
You're full.
Correctamundo, JJ. You win the grand prize. An advanced entertainment system. Me. But can there be more? Yes, I come with 10 different games. And you can add lots more. But enough about me. Let's talk about me.
5 cups of Freestone peaches, 150 Montmorency cherries, 2 pounds of Northern Spy apples. These have to be Mrs. Smith's natural juice pies because each one is bursting with fruit. No ordinary pie piles this much fruit under a tender, flaky crust. So much fruit that it actually bakes in its own natural juice. That's why this isn't just any pie. This is a Mrs. Smith's natural juice pie. It's in a class by itself.
Dentine is so snappy and tingly, when you bite it, it bites you back. And that same great tasting tingle freshens your breath. Dentine, the gum that bites you back.
This is going to really be good.
Bob and Monty will be right back with Dick Clark and Pee Wee Herman in just a moment.
New Purina Dog Chow brand dog food for small dogs. Tiny bite-sized pieces. Big taste and nutrition.
Max! Dinner.
It's big news for small dogs.
No invitations, Mom. No party, no sex party mix. Let's make our own.
We'll wait for an invitation.
Now, Mom?
We'll wait for an invitation.
When you crave Chex Party Mix, make it yourself with Chex brand cereal. And don't wait for an invitation.
Good morning. Good gosh, no one's up. Lucky this family's got Barney, the 4-legged alarm clock. I'm punctual and persistent. Hey, time to get up and maybe get some jerky treats, huh?
Barney, it's Sunday.
Oh, this is embarrassing.
Such a nice day. I'll get up. Huh? You'll get your jerky treat.
The real smoked meat taste of original jerky treats dog snacks. Make it the treat that says love.
It's gonna be a great day.
Getting one gift for your favorite couple isn't easy, so why not get 2? For her, Till the Real Thing Comes Along, a novel by Iris Rayner Dart about a woman who'd stopped hoping for a happy ending, but found one anyway. For him, Stephen Somer's favorite son, a political thriller that opens explosively on the Capitol steps and never lets up. There's another reason to give 2 gifts. You might get 2 back.
2 great gifts, just $14.95 each at B. Dalton Bookseller.
You can call me Books.
This strawberry pie, created by Homer Lemke, broke all records. This 520-pound pineapple upside-down cake was created by the Fernstrom sisters. The ice cream chocolate record for the biggest tasting 2 bites around is now held by Rondo's. Rich ice cream and a thick coat of Dove Bar chocolate. This is one record you can hold. Rondo's. The enjoyment is enormous.
Coming up, Buffalo Bob has a big surprise for all you peanuts.
Time for breakfast. I'm not coming up to just cereal. But we've got to taste the nuts and honey up there. Honey Nut Cheerios.
We're gonna tempt your tummy with a taste of nuts and honey.
No artificial colors or flavors. Nuts and honey? All right.
See, this is some taste.
It's a honey of the nut. It's Honey Nut Cheerios.
Share the warmth, share the glow. There's no soup like Progresso. Welcome home, say hello. There's no soup like Progresso.
When you taste Progresso, you know it. There's no soup quite like it. Progresso has that sunny Italian flavor. A special goodness all its own.
There's no soup like Progresso.
Tune in tomorrow when we play Win, Lose, or Draw.
Gee, I wish we could play win, lose, or draw at home.
You can!
Oh, Bert Convy!
It's the home version of the game that lets your pencil do the talking.
Bird. Ah, bird. A bird brain.
Eat like a bird.
Excuse me.
Jailbirds.
Over to the Feather Rock Stone.
Kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Let's play another without any help.
Sorry.
Win, lose, or draw from Mills and Bradley. Bert Convy not included.
Fruit Newtons are the cookies with delicious real fruit inside.
Real apple, blueberry,
Strawberry.
milk gray.
And fig, but sorry.
We have no banana today.
You like the better cheddars?
Oh, sure. I could see myself snacking on these every day. Is there real cheese in there?
Baked in, light and crispy.
I knew there was real cheese in these better cheddars. I knew that there was.
Better cheddars. Their taste will trap you.
I hate it when that happens.
She think the party over. Oh, cowabunga.
That's what they all think. Well, this isn't gonna be Bluster's last stand.
Next, you'll meet more Peanut Gallery celebrities.
Cold wintry mornings, hot Nestle Quick made with real milk, cause a little warmth goes a long way.
These are the halls of medicine, and within these halls you'll find comfort for a sore and scratchy throat, a way to quiet a hacking cough, and a feeling of relief for a stuffy nose. Because these halls are real medicine, with vapor action to bring you fast relief for your cold. These are Hall's Mentholyptus cough tablets. These are the halls of medicine.
With my eyes closed, I can't tell you which row of cotton socks were washed in which fabric softener. But with my eyes open, I can see these whites are whiter. These colors are brighter. It could only be Final Touch.
Whiter, brighter softness. Only Final Touch fabric softener.
Definitely Final Touch.
This is a Clio, advertising's highest award.
Join Jill Eikenberry
And Michael Tucker.
and we'll show you an hour of the best television commercials in the world.
Wednesday night at 8 on Fox Channel 5.
From Channel 5 News in New York, this is a 10 o'clock news update.
Good evening. At 10 tonight, the president says he wants true peace from any summit deal, no quick sellout. And we'll show you part of last night's Gorbachev interview. The Kremlin is afraid to show the Soviet people. A moment of history in New York as we take our cameras inside state courtrooms. Stu reviews the Penn and Teller Magic Show. It's on Broadway for the holiday season. Plus the amazing why Mike Tyson is fighting Larry Holmes. We'll see you at 10.
Well, I don't know how you ever got that lollipop over here. 3 bottles? How am I going to get that?
We'll return with special guest stars Gary Collins, Marianne Mobley, and Milton Berle.
Good friends, we want to help all of you eligible for amnesty to take advantage of the new Immigration Reform Act. Because we understand your fears and the importance of confidentiality, Catholic Charities has set up 31 parish outreach centers to provide help and information in absolute confidence. Simply call this number for the address of the nearest parish center. God bless you.
The 1988 Chevy Corsica 5-passenger sedan performed so well, 99% of its owners would recommend it to a friend. And the 1% who wouldn't, probably keeping a good thing to themselves. The 1988 Chevrolet Beretta, a new kind of performance car for those who appreciate the not so straight and narrow.
The League of Feminine Felines presents The Great Debate.
What's to debate? I'm finicky, he's not.
I suggest there is no difference in cat food. Take this brand.
Please do.
Seafood Surprise.
Seafood? Wait till he looks inside.
Sort of looks like seafood.
Surprise.
Now 9 Lives Fisherman Stew. What looks like nutritious stew with real delicious fish. I
rest my case.
Vote 9 Lives, a more satisfying choice.
Remember the first time you bought me these? Wintergreen Lifesavers?
Yeah. Movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you ate the whole roll.
You bought them for me.
Well, yeah, but you could have said, Jack, have a little refreshment. Jack, have a Lifesavers. You could have shared.
Jack.
What?
Have a Lifesavers.
Sure. Now you want to share. Now you want...
Now we share a lot of things.
You bet your Lifesavers.
Or will it always be hard to find a girl for a guy like me?
There's more comedy, music, and guest stars. Stay with us, Peanuts.
Now Cabbage Patch Kids can do something they've never done before.
Oh my gosh, look who's here. Hi, I'm glad you're here.
They talk to each other, and they talk to you.
Please hold my hand. Oh, okay. Nope, the other one.
And you never know what they'll say next.
I just love sitting on my head. You're so silly. Can you watch her?
Like all kids, they can get thirsty.
Can I have my special cup? Oh. That's neat.
And they love snacks.
Do you like vanilla ice cream? Yeah, with lots of chocolate.
They even like playing games.
Wow, I'm bouncing up and down.
But most of all, they love singing together.
Let's sing.
New Cabbage Patch Talking Kids. They talk to each other. Each sold separately, batteries not included. By Coleco.
Oh my gosh.
Another 30 seconds of common sense. The Hyundai XL GLS offers all the comforts of home. Reclining seats, wall-to-wall carpeting, air conditioning, AM/FM cassette stereo, even an electric skylight. And when you consider the XL GLS line starts at a very comforting $7,000 or so, what more could you ask for?
For the Hyundai dealer nearest you, call toll-free 826-CARS.
Need some interesting holiday gifts? Consider Lullaby and Goodnight, an irresistible novel of crime and passion from Vincent Bugliosi, the best-selling author of Helter Skelter. The Wall, a powerful volume commemorating the 5th anniversary of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. And Chapman Piloting, the boating reference recommended by the Coast Guard Auxiliary. Not only do books make great gifts, they're a lot easier to wrap than a basketball.
Great prices on great holiday gifts at B. Dalton Bookseller.
You can call me Books.
I better hurry. Boy, I sure don't want to keep Silly Sally waiting. I wonder if she's pretty.
Howdy's in danger, Peanuts. He's going to need your help. Please don't go away.
Jumping from store to store, trying to find the lowest prices on toys is a tough game to play. But not when you land at Child World, where you'll discover our low price on Galoob's Mr. Game Show. Just $89.99 every day. 10 ways to play, but get it right.
Correct, Mundo. You win the grand prize.
Because he hosts the fun. So play the game you'll always win. Come to Child World and discover how much less toys can cost.
If you need Christmas decorations, now's the time to buy during Harrow's incredible Buyer's Day sale. This Wednesday only, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Buy any tree for $75 or more, and you can also buy a delightful animated figure of your choice for only $39. Plus, you'll receive a free 2-foot table tree worth $8. And everything in Harrow's giant trim-a-tree department is half off. Don't miss the biggest Christmas sale of the year, Harrow's Buyer's Day sale, this Wednesday only at all Harrow stores.
I get paid to fly on TWA. I'm part of the new quality control team. I report directly to the chairman on what's good and what needs improving. When he's happy, you're happy.
After all those meetings in Minneapolis and conventions in Kansas City, we think you could use a little change of pace. And after 40,000 miles in TWA's frequent flyer program, that's just what you get. Today's TWA. Find out how good we really are.
Hertz introduces great low January sale rates, like $69 a week here in Arizona.
Or only $79 a week here in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah, Arnie? Well, what about $78 a week here in sunny California?
Or, OJ, only $59 a week here in sunny Florida.
Brutal, Juice, brutal.
Hertz, you don't just rent a car, you rent a company.
And I decided, Howdy, that, well, actually, the only thing that I could possibly give you that you haven't already got is my thanks. My thanks for 40 years. The best years of my life.
We'll be right back with Johnny Carson, John Ritter, and Meredith McCrae.
From Channel 5 News in New York, this is a 10 o'clock news update.
Good evening. At 10 tonight, the excitement when they turned on the tree at Rockefeller Center. Joan Rivers was in tears. She is suing a men's fashion magazine for what it said about her and her late husband. And Stu reviews the Penn and Teller Magic Show back in town for the holidays. And what Frank Sinatra will be doing with Sammy Davis and Dean Martin. We'll see you at 10.
Since this Therapy game came out, business hasn't been so good.
So tell me, Gail, which player is guarding a deep, dark secret?
Jack. Something I should know, dear?
Therapy players, they learn about themselves.
Okay, so tell me, Sue, from 1 to 10, how sexually experimenting are you?
Well, everyone can use a little therapy. The game.
Maybe I should lower my rates.
You were on the trail of a Fruitosaurus. Look at the size of these tracks. The legendary dinosaur that lived on Sunkist Fun Fruits. We're getting close. I can smell it. New Fun Fruits Dinosaurs. Real fruit snacks from Sunkist. Friendly. They're the biggest Fun Fruits you ever saw. New Sunkist Fun Fruits Dinosaurs.
The Cinchels were in some mess. Till they got a cinch sack.
Hefty, hefty, cinch sack.
It's a cinch to close.
Said Sarah.
A cinch to lift.
Said Sid. Said Sis.
Hefty, hefty, cinch sack.
No invitations, Mom. No party, no checks party mix. Let's make our own.
We'll wait for an invitation.
No, Mom.
We'll wait for an invitation.
When you crave Chex Party Mix, make it yourself with Chex brand cereal. And don't wait for an invitation.
And say, you little peanuts, you please listen to your moms and dads. Because, you know, I knew them before you did. And just please trust me when I say that everything they say to you comes from just one word. Love.
It's time to go till our next show. Gone
fluorescent flashlights. Vital power you can trust when you need it the most.
Well, I knew Trident didn't cause cavities, but help fight them? No, I didn't know that.
Chewing Trident after sugary snacks reduces the acids between teeth. Acids that can cause cavities.
It couldn't happen to a better gum.
Trident. Good to chew and fights cavities, too.
Search knows everybody has a style of their own. So the next time you're out to say something about yourself, remember this. And so does the great taste of Search with Redson.
I hate my mother. She's so much prettier than me.
Jordache Basics.
Your mother? Have you ever seen her mother?
I have. I'm hoping she'll be divorced before I'm out of school.
I found an old picture of her from when she was my age.
Was she hot?
No. She was kind of short with freckles and a little bit overweight. Kind of like you. Exactly like me.
Show's starting. I'm making popcorn in the new Black & Decker Popcorn Center.
Don't mess up the kitchen.
Mother remembers when making popcorn meant dragging out the old popcorn popper. But the Space Maker Hot Air Popcorn Center mounts under the cabinet, so it's always ready to use. It's easy to make great-tasting popcorn without all the fuss.
The kitchen better be clean.
Parents.
The new Black & Decker Space Maker Popcorn Center. Available now at Arthur's.
Travel arrangements for the special telecast made through Eastern Airlines this holiday season. Come fly with Eastern to the beautiful beaches of the Caribbean. Eastern, the one to the sun. Accommodations provided by the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel. When in Hollywood, stay at the Roosevelt.
All right, kids, come on, let's all sing that theme nice and loud. Now, let's go. Everybody! Hi, kids!
Coming up next, a Fox News exclusive, the big problems that may derail an arms reduction deal at next week's summit.
Annie Jansen's longtime attorney talks about her murdered client in that East Side killing.
And the return of the Rat Pack, Sinatra, Martin, and Davis back on tour.
Stu reviews Penn and Teller's magic show.
We'll see you soon.
Sunday on Jump Street, Penhall's convinced his partner's a killer, but no one believes him.
Looks like everything's turning against me.
Then, the nightmare begins when the pentagram appears. John York is Werewolf. Sunday starting at 7 on Fox Channel 5.
I was never the athletic type. I broke my nose playing marbles. But reading about sports sure is fun. Fatso is the story of football great Art Donovan. Sims to McConkey about the Giants' Super Bowl season. And Play Great Golf, Arnold Palmer's step-by-step guide. In fact, I'm getting back into sports myself.
These sports classics make great holiday gifts at B. Dalton Bookseller.
You can call me Books.
The clothes shaver from Windmere. For years, those little pills and fuzz meant the end of a favorite sweater. Not anymore. It works wonders on dress shirts around the neck and collar. The clipping action of the rotating blades gently removes the pills and fuzz from almost everything. The clothes shaver brings your favorite old clothes back to life and out of your closet. The clothes shaver. It saves your clothes and money, too. Available now at a store near you.
Come to 52nd Street and Madison Avenue, Tourneau Corner, for an unsurpassed collection of Tudor watches, including the Chrono Time. Tudor by Rolex at Tourneau.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Live from Channel 5 News in New York, this is the 10 o'clock news.
Good evening. President Reagan is making it clear there will be no sellout at the summit, and he is busy trying to sell his conservative backers on the treaty that will be signed at the summit, the one eliminating intermediate-range missiles. Well, tonight Fox News has learned about the major stumbling block to getting another deal at the summit, cutting more missiles. Patrick McGrath reports.
President Reagan traveled to Jacksonville, Florida today to deliver a speech about the upcoming summit meeting to an audience of high school students and their parents. Expectations were high that the president would respond to Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev's interview last night on American television, but he did not. He did describe Gorbachev as a new and more promising kind of Soviet leader.
No other Russian leader has ever agreed to eliminate weapons they already have. He is the first one to do that.
Do you feel that Mikhail Gorbachev's rising popularity across the world as a young, dynamic reformer will pose an added pressure to your position at the summit?
No, I don't resent his popularity or anything else. And good Lord, I co-starred with Errol Flynn once.
Secretary Gorbachev may not be Errol Flynn, but in his television interview last night with NBC News anchorman Tom Brokaw, he was determined, stressing that he would like next week's summit to produce an agreement to reduce strategic nuclear missiles by 50%. The president suggested today that is unlikely to happen in the 3 days of the summit.
After the summit, we'll keep our negotiators working on an agreement that could lead to cutting the U.S. and Soviet long-range nuclear arsenals in half and reducing the disparities in conventional forces. That is, the armies that face each other in Europe.
Later, the president talked about wanting to negotiate reductions in tactical battlefield nuclear weapons in return for reductions in Soviet bloc conventional forces in Europe. This shift of emphasis appears to reflect a growing pessimism in the administration that an arms control deal on the long-range strategic missiles is not on the cards. One informed White House official said the major problem is not Star Wars, it is verification. He said it is much easier to verify the INF treaty, where all of a particular class of missile will be eliminated. But he said with a START treaty, where thousands of missiles would be retained, verification is much more difficult. And the official says there is substantial doubt that the president will be able to persuade the Senate to ratify a START treaty. Patrick McGrath, Fox News, the White House.
Gorbachev talked about almost everything last night in his historic interview with NBC, and Soviet viewers were able to hear their leader's comments, with one exception. Soviet TV deleted Gorbachev's remarks about his wife, apparently to ward off even more criticism about her very public role. Here's what Soviet viewers did not see.
We've all noticed the conspicuous presence of Mrs. Gorbachev in your travels. Do you go home in the evening and discuss with her national policies, political difficulties, and so on in this country?
We discuss everything.
Including Soviet affairs at the highest level.
I think I have answered your question in toto. We discuss everything.
Mrs. Gorbachev plans to be with her husband next week when he visits Washington for his summit with President Reagan. John?
Well, there are more hints of sabotage in the mysterious disappearance of a South Korean jet over the weekend. The authorities in Bahrain were questioning a couple who had left the plane on the last stop just before it vanished. They suspected the pair had planted a bomb on the plane. But before the interrogation, the suspects ate poison pills that were hidden in their cigarettes. The man died. The woman is still alive. They carried forged Japanese passports. Authorities think they belong to a Korean or a Japanese terrorist group. The rescue workers found some of the plane's wreckage in Burma. They say it would be a miracle if any of the 115 people on board survived.
A gynecologist and his receptionist are in good condition tonight after they were stabbed in the doctor's Upper East Side office. Police say a man wearing a ski mask slipped into the East 76th Street office of Dr. Milton Haynes, stabbed the physician in the head, and then attacked Claudette Haynes, the doctor's receptionist and wife. Dr. Haynes was able to grab the fishing knife away from the intruder before the masked man ran away. Police don't know what brought on the attack. The intruder never said a word to the doctor or his wife.
Well, right now the police are hunting for any clues that might lead them to the killer of Annie Jansen, the multimillionaire divorcee. She was found shot, excuse me, and stabbed to death in one of her East Side townhouses yesterday. Bob O'Brien has an update on this case.
Had she not been murdered over the weekend, Annie Jansen would probably have been in court today to answer her ex-husband Helmut's complaints about the custody arrangement concerning their two children, 20-year-old Tina and 13-year-old Douglas. A hearing on the custody issue was set for today before State Supreme Court Justice Jacqueline Silberman. Tina Jensen reportedly flew to New York City today from the south of France, where she attends college. Amy and Helmut Jensen's son, Douglas, attends a special school for the developmentally handicapped in another state. It is not known if the boy has been told of his mother's murder. Yesterday, Annie Jensen's attorney, Carol Weidman, was called by detectives to identify the body of her longtime client. It was a terrible task. Annie Jensen had been shot 4 or 5 times and repeatedly stabbed by her killer. Attorney Weidman says Annie Jensen was a terrific person who devoted most of her energies to helping her handicapped boy, Douglas.
She was very committed to taking care of him, to finding the proper doctors to help him, to finding the proper schools where he could be with children he could relate to and work with and grow in. And she'd been doing that and working on that for a long time now, and had recently found a school in which she felt could help Douglas. And she spent most of her time devoted to him.
Last night, Helmut Jensen was questioned by detectives at the 19th Precinct. Court records indicate that Helmut and Annie Jensen have fought legal battles since 1983 over the millions of dollars worth of real estate they had once owned jointly. Even though Helmut Jensen is remarried and the father of an infant girl by that marriage, he had also been fighting his ex-wife Annie in court, seeking more access to their 2 children. But the superintendent of the building across 73rd Street from the murder scene says his doorman saw Jensen with Douglas several times last weekend.
My doorman saw Mr. Jensen come over and pick up his son Saturday morning. And then later on saw him in the evening to bring the son home. He knocked on the door. There was no answer.